It's top tier Jasmine Allure, and if you want to have an alluring time, you better watch Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast, the first in the post-Stinger era. My God, it's crazy.
Really,
I'm
dude?
your
It's
host,
gonna start like that?
joining me this week. We got that guy, Tommy.
It's not Black History Month anymore, so hello.
We got Big Mike.
What's up, 2024? Let's get going.
Yeah, get going, Will. We're going to talk all about AEW Revolution. We're going to preview what is coming up this weekend with TNA Sacrifice and with BOW Shenanigans. Tommy's going to have a lot to say about that, I'm sure. But the road to NPW Mania continues. We have a very special guest joining us all the way from that 2-hour drive down I-35 in Laredo, Texas. The pride of Nixon High School. We got the Dreamcatcher, Denisse Dae.
He worked that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, you had to say pride of
I
Nixon.
did. Distinguished alum, if you will. It's probably on the Wikipedia page by now. So
I love that though. That is a great introduction. I
Yeah.
hope my high school appreciates
I
that.
hope
You
so,
know.
too.
Also, JC,
yeah.
2 for 2 on throwing off the Mission Pro guest at the beginning. Different ways, but
Okay.
catching them
yeah,
off guard.
So I mean,
Yeah, okay.
I make that my goal when we have a show. Appreciate you coming on. There's a lot to talk about. This, well, it feels like every time we talk about MPW, it's always the biggest show of the year. But you have a huge match coming up
I do.
against. There's the graphic right there, Miranda Alize.
Oh, it's just Miranda Alize. Oh,
Okay.
oh, dude, don't do that. I wasn't even looking. God.
Let's just start off. How?
Well, maybe
how
we're doing a podcast, Tommy. Just
yeah,
maybe
we are. So,
join us.
I
yeah.
know, but I feel like she can still see my soul.
Well,
How
I mean,
how excited are you for this one, Denise?
guys, honestly, I'm super excited. I think this is for sure one of the best matches I'm about to have, and that's pretty good. And it's so cool that's gonna happen at Mission Pro. So no, yeah, I'm excited for it. I am.
Very cool. You've been at this how long now in wrestling?
In wrestling, I started training in September of 2019. So, what, 4 years? Right?
32.
you know, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's
Sound,
about
yeah,
right.
it doesn't sound that long ago, but yeah, it's been like 4 years.
That's because
going on
2020
5.
was 3 years by itself.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it feels like it was, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure you've wrestled a lot of different wrestling promotions, but how does it feel to be in that locker room with all those talented women there, including JP Harlow? I guess you can throw him in with the talented women on the roster.
It's so nice. Like I mentioned to Tommy and Mike when they first interviewed me, I am always surrounded by men because I've always wrestled mostly men, and I've always been mostly in locker rooms with mostly men. So it was so nice to get to Mission Pro because it's an all women industry, right? And being in the locker room, being surrounded by women, it's so empowering. You feel like you guys can do anything. Like we can take on the world, and that's literally what Mission Pro is there to show what the women can do and how much of badasses we are. And I just love that. It's a good feeling. You just feel amazing. The locker room was amazing. Every single girl in that locker room has nothing but love to offer. They're just great. Like by far just the most awesome place that you want to get ready for a match for. Like it's awesome, guys. Like I don't know how to explain. Just awesome.
Amazing. By the way, if you're watching this live, yes, do send us your comments, questions. Brian already giving you a little warning. Watch out for Tommy. He's a tricky one.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. What did I do?
Well, Brian, if y'all have him on commentary, it keeps him a little busy for a while. Just saying.
I
Yeah.
was nice on commentary. I didn't do anything.
I know.
Have you gotten to go back and watch Tommy on commentary, Denise, by chance? Because he did commentary the first half of the last NPW show. I don't know if you've been.
Anything that has to do with Tommy, I know when Tommy's anywhere.
Okay, see?
I love Tommy.
Well, okay, that actually made me feel a little bit better. But it is, but
I mean, I know it's hard for Tommy. He had to call a Cali and Tita win. That was. I heard it in your voice.
That did hurt a little bit. That I had to give her props. That was a little painful. I ain't gonna lie about that. So
Okay, what hurt, that or singing the praises of Angel Blue? Because she is one of your favorite wrestlers after all. So.
No, Cali Tita hurt far worse.
Okay.
It's more of a dull pain that I can kind of ignore. Cali Tita is like a stabbing pain. So
All right, hang on. I got a scrag right here.
I just like Cali so much that Angel Blue is easy to deal with.
Yeah.
Terry, what does yet mean? What did I do to everybody in this chat? Like seriously.
I don't know what to tell you.
Hang on, I have a little escape artist from bedtime, so you guys handle this real quick.
We got
okay. Escape artist.
What's up?
Hey, kiddo. But oh my god.
Okay. Well, it's okay, Tommy. Gather yourself. I think you had left commentary by this point, but during that show, we had a special guest. Well, Mission Pro had a special guest, I guess we should say. And Thunder Rosa introduced Miranda Alizé, took Eliana by surprise. I was still on
commentary when that happened.
Okay, so you were. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it got kind of quiet. Obviously, we were letting her talk. And she came out, and then, I don't know if you've seen this, she literally kicked out Thunder Rosa and Eliana from the ring.
Yep.
And then she took a seat. Not to insinuate that's like anyone else who does that, but took a seat in the middle of the ring and said she's basically there to cause maximum chaos and dominate the women's division.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, you're the first opponent. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
So what do you got to say about that?
At first and foremost, you do not just kick out Thunder Rosa like that out of the ring, just gonna throw that out there. Second, it's cool that she's making her debut and she wants to make a statement. That's fine for her to make her statement, but to come here and cause chaos or to dominate the women's division, it's not gonna come so easily. And then of course, I mean, I'm her first opponent. If anything, she should be watching out because I am one of the toughest persons that she's going to step in the ring with, okay? I am not a person to take lightly, okay? Y'all see what I can do. Y'all see that I can throw people across the ring like nothing. And I don't scare easily. I will look her dead in the eyes and tell her to bring it because the dream catcher only has one thing to do, and that is to win. I'm not going to lose. I'm telling you right now, I am fired up. I have all the energy, I have the love, and that's what's going to get me that win at Mission Pro.
Yeah. I love it.
Works for me.
Tommy's like,
I don't know if Tommy's going to ask a question or not. Or
yeah, I know. I was like...
Well, because the thing. If I say too much right now, it will hit me, and that'll start a very long train of people hitting me.
Okay, again, we've established, Tommy, that the list of people who want to hurt you is long.
But
she's crazy enough to do it before she gets to the ring after the show.
You are still here. I, on the other hand, have no problem with Latino women getting mad at me because I grew up with a bunch of them. I've lived around a bunch of them. So, look, the indie wrestling world, for the most part, knows who Miranda Alizé is, right? So when she says that she's going to come and make an impact, why didn't...
I think I have to ask this one. So
we'll come back to that.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that video, Denise, but we'll come back to that.
She was there.
Oh, she was there.
Yes, she was there when that happened. Yeah.
Look, I'm not trying to say I was hiding behind Denise to bat my back at that show, but I was behind Denise and Denise was ready to throw down for us. So, we're down with that. But Callie's a bully. We'll talk about her later. We're not talking about Callie right now. We're talking about this match. What was I saying? Yes. Yeah. People know who Miranda Alizé is. Denise is coming up through Texas. She's got titles in a few promotions, right? So this is going to be a fight, and I don't mind saying that, Miranda. You have a lot to say. You better back it up because it's going to look pretty bad if you come in after kicking Thunder Rosa out of the ring, kicking the ring announcer out of the ring, saying you're going to come in and make a splash, and then Dreamcatcher will put you to sleep or just drops you on your head, whatever it may be.
I mean, hey.
Drops on her head to put her to sleep. I like that.
Yeah.
So,
man, we got 6 weeks to work on the moves and what we're going to hit her with. So.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of film out there on Miranda that I'm sure you've been looking at, Denise. What do you think the biggest challenge is going to be in this match for you?
I know who I'm stepping in the ring with. Everyone knows who Miranda Lizay is. She is tough. Okay, she did mention it in the promo. She is the baddest bitch in the business.
On this
okay,
podcast. Go for it. It's fine.
And I know that she wants competition. So if anything, I'm giving her exactly what she's asking for. I am a competition. I am just as tough. So I think that's gonna be the fire of this match because it's too tough Latinas going into that ring and giving it their all, and that is not gonna be an easy match. That is gonna be, I don't know. I'm just saying it's not gonna be a pretty match, but it's gonna be a fucking amazing match because I know I'm gonna give it my all. I know for a fact she's gonna give it her all, and that's all I have to say because I'm gonna let what I do in the ring speak louder than what I'm saying right now because I'm gonna use my actions to back me up and not just talk.
Okay.
Just saying.
I like it.
More praise from Brian.
You asked for tough competitions, and these were the first people to come to mind for the booking committee. Interesting. Did Brian approach you with this one, or was this like, hey, Miranda's asked for the tough? Do you want to be the first one, or is this something that you found out what everybody else did on social media? So
first, I want to say thank you to Brian for thinking of me when he asked for a tough competition, and it means a lot coming from him because he knows me, and I am a very tough competitor. I'm very competitive. No, he I don't think he personally asked me, right, Brian? I think I was told. I was announced. Like I saw the announcement, and I was like, I literally went through it, and I went like,
okay.
oh,
who am I wrestling at Mission Pro?
It wasn't even me, guys. Like I remember, like, because I was at work, right, and I was like, whatever, and I was just getting messages, and I was like, okay, like it's really important. Let me check what it is, right? And I just see that I have a match, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Okay, that's what's going on. That's why I got like
you just see in your preview comments, congratulations. You're like, thank you. What did I do?
And that's why Facebook went down on Monday. So that's why Facebook went down Monday.
And your coworkers are like, is Limp Bizkit's My Way played? What's going on?
It was just it's exactly what I wanted, to be honest with you guys. Like, y'all know how much I wanted to make it to Mission Pro, and I worked my ass off to get the opportunity to be here. And I know what I can do. And I'm just thankful for Mr. Brian believing in me, to giving me that opportunity. And I hope and I will deliver everything that I promised, to be one of the best and to give it my heart, my all. And I'm not going down without a fight. And I'm staying in Mission Pro as long as I can. And I love it here. I love it here.
I think the crowd definitely loves having you there too. Nothing but positive things to say for sure. So, curious how well, for one, like you mentioned, having to work. Are you planning to take some time off after this match? Because I'm pretty sure both of y'all
at least Monday.
At least Monday. It'd be pretty sore afterwards. We'd be hard hitting, I'm sure. So.
Oh, obviously. I mean, I'm gonna go get ice cream right after my match. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm not even gonna I'm gonna go get an ice cream. I am gonna get in the best pajamas I can find and just laying, But it's because I know that I earned that ice cream. Okay, guys. Mm-hmm. Okay, I just But for sure, I'm gonna take maybe like a day or two, just to also like sit back and reset myself, Mm-hmm. And I don't know. for sure. I'm resting, guys. Okay.
All right.
Period. Resting.
JC, you don't have a kitchen sink to offer anymore. I know that was.
Unfortunately, I don't know, but I mean, I've got to find that San Antonio Stampede. I mean, let's see what other weapons they come up with at a Goodwill or a Salvation Army thrift store. Those are going to be hilarious. Although I do recommend a Dollar Tree. You find some gems there. What do you, ice cream is like ice packs.
I mean,
I agree with you, Jason. I agree.
What is
See, he knows.
what is your go-to flavor and from where for ice cream?
Ooh. I am a very simple girl. I love strawberry.
Okay.
Like I could just eat strawberry by itself, but I mean, you can never go wrong with a cookies and cream. Just saying.
yeah,
Nice.
that's a good
Cookies
answer.
and cream?
Yes,
Art.
that was a very good answer.
Art.
Very much.
So you've been at Mission Pro a few times now. Not looking beyond this match, but just thinking long term. What are some of the other competitors that have been at Mission Pro that you would like to step in the ring in at some time in the future, maybe later this year or as it goes on?
I've been in the ring with someone that I wanted to compete with, and that was with Jasmine. But obviously it was me, her,
The
Roche,
four-way.
and Danny. Mo.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 4-way. But I think I would like to have a one-on-one with her. Just again, because I know she's feisty. I know she can go. I know that it's not gonna be an easy match. And that's exactly what I want competition. And I want that drive. I want to feel like what I felt when I saw that announcement. I was like, oh, okay, let's do this, you know? For sure she's one of them.
He's also pure evil, but continue.
Obviously that too.
Just stating a fact.
I mean, I feel like I'm unclear on who you would cheer for in that, but okay.
Oh, Denisse Dae. I know. I didn't need you to be confused. I would cheer for Denisse 100%.
All day, every day?
All day,
Look,
every day.
I'll let you finish your thought, Denise, but I want to
to
point out, if you go back and watch the replay of this show, and as soon as she said Jasmine Allure, you just saw Tommy's head like steaming the vein. Like he had to push that out before his head exploded.
Okay.
So.
See, I told you I'm getting that fixed. I'm talking to a doctor. There's just surgery, like just to remove that part, just because I know I have to hear her name often. I've already surgery scheduled. It's not going to happen a lot, guys. I'm sorry. So I thought I was covering that. My bad. By the way, I don't know, Denisse, I don't know if you know this, but you started a whole ice cream conversation.
You sure did. Brian says mint chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. Yeah.
See?
James knows what's up. Strawberry. I agree. Rocky Road, Oreo pralines. I don't know.
Branded Outlaw in there, another place.
Yeah, Brandon Outlaw says, damn it, now they're on Rocky Road.
See?
Well,
everyone knows what's up. Guys, we're just all going to go have ice cream.
I'm
right
just
after
throwing
this.
out there.
I was going to say, if there's like a post-Mission Pro ice cream party, 1,000% I'm in.
Ryan, we got 6 weeks.
We got
Let's
6
set
weeks,
this up, buddy.
dude.
Let's set this up.
There's like I think Bastrop is like a dairy-free mint peanut.
Yeah, I was like,
butter,
there's some Mexicans in here, so we're gonna need some of that dairy-free options too. All right, you know how a lot of us do.
Crohn's
JC's
Warrior.
JC can't either.
Yeah,
so.
I got Crohn's disease, so they gotta.
Yeah.
So delicious, Snickerdoodle, freaking great. I'm so glad there's a Sprouts by my house. But anyway,
Terry deal.
Deal.
Come on,
that's all.
come on in.
We're just gonna find the paleta guy down the road from the Salvation Army. That's what we're gonna do.
I want to say this. I want to say this respectfully, but given where the Mission Core is, there is a huge, great chance you're gonna find him relatively quickly. Just
step outside and listen for the bell. That's all you got to do.
Just listen for the paleta.
Okay. Am I crazy in thinking that we haven't seen him as we were leaving before? Was he in the street?
Probably.
I'm not trying to be silly. I'm just asking. It's like
it's getting hotter. He'll be out more. Trust me.
It's so common. You probably did, and it didn't even register.
Yeah, it didn't register.
It was
oh Jesus.
Hey, you know.
Well,
I mean,
there's a little caveat. One, we need to make sure we get all our tax returns in to pay for this. Two, if we could do it on free scoop night at Baskin-Robbins, that would be great. So hopefully we can just time that out.
Look, James, we got another dairy free in the house. Heck yeah!
Hell yeah!
Right.
I mean, yeah, that.
Hell yeah, dairy free.
I just love the hell yeah of the dairy free on that one.
Yes.
I would like to say real quick. Denisse, of Mission Pro opponents, I would like to see you go up against. One of them, one-on-one, definitely is Rashay Chanel. That's what I wanted to see when it was happening in the 4-way. I was like, I want to see that one-on-one.
That would be amazing.
And honestly, you and Morgan Mercy, because I feel like you're one of the few people who can give her an actual like fight that she brings.
Have you seen these movies? I'm just saying.
See?
And
And I'm like, Angel Blue, you don't have to fake yours. Yours are real.
Wow. Damn, starting something.
You're gonna see her this weekend, Tommy. Just throwing it
Yeah.
out.
Oh, like, she needs a reason to come talk shit to me. Yeah. Oh, wow. That what I just said. That's gonna put her over the top.
I hope I can make it just to see her mess.
Brian, we were hoping to hold out for that, but apparently it got taken for actual people needing a kitchen sink, from what I understand.
That being said, Brian, I'm pretty sure I can get my hands on one, so we'll be.
I was
in
just
touch.
saying. Now, Countdown City WrestleCast could sponsor a kitchen sink if you're really seriously needing.
Also, like I know there's several of you all who make decisions there, but when JC mentioned fans bring the weapons, Thunder didn't seem too impressed by that idea. But then again, she is also shopping.
I just said
with
that I've
JP
been
for
at
weapons.
a fans bring weapons. I'm not saying
we've
to turn
been
this
there,
into one. I know, yeah.
but she's also helping out JP. So I mean,
yeah,
you know, we got some stuff to bring for Izzy. That's cool.
Well, I mean, I have an old canopy that kind of got messed up when the wind took it. So, Brian, you're welcome to that. See if you can just get creative with that. But anyway, now, Denisse, this is a very high-profile match for you coming up. With a victory, are you setting your sights on the NPW Championship? Because it seems like a victory over Miranda Alizé is no small task. And if you could pull that off, do you think you get a shot at either Tiffany Nieves or Rashay Chanel?
You know what's funny? I was asked this question maybe like 2 hours because I was at training.
Oh, interesting.
And I just smiled exactly like right now, just because I would hope so, right? Like you said, it's not an easy match. So when I come out victorious, yeah, I mean, obviously, you want to make it to places like Mission Pro and these big companies and become their champion because you represent them, and Mission Pro is one of the biggest companies. And I mean, who wouldn't want to be their champion? I mean, yeah, of course I would love to go and become a champion, but I also know that I would love to earn it. So if when I get this victory, I'm going to keep going for more and more until I've proven that I do deserve to be champion one day. But just like right now, Tiffany, she has proven why she is champion. Okay. And I'm not going to take anything from her. But yeah, I would love to prove one day as to why I would be a good champion for Mission Pro. I have all heart, I have passion, I have love for it. And I just, like I said, I want to keep going. But yes, to answer your question, yes, I would.
All right. Very cool. That'd be a hell of an ice cream party too if that kept about. I'm just gonna do it.
See, now that one, guys, I'm just saying, I will bring the ice cream to you guys.
You win the belt. F the ice cream. We're going like all out feast, man. We getting like hey, we getting
you win the belt. You might as well stay in town the next day because we're hitting up somewhere that has a buffet and we're going immediately. It's like
Golden Corral. We're going to Lynn's. We're hitting all of them.
Late night at Chacho's, man. That's
like wings and burgers and pizzas.
Let's do it.
We're manifesting this. I mean, we want you to win the title now, but I'm also kind of
just for the food.
Trying to get invested in this feast now.
In the lead up to Mission Pro, what else do you have on the horizon? Shows in your hometown? Are you kind of working all over Texas in the meantime, or what do you got coming up?
Yeah, I have a match this 16 in San Antonio as well. And then the next day I'm leaving to Texas City. And then I'm also requesting the day, guys, for Monday because of work, right? And then on the 23rd, I have another show here in my hometown. And then
is it LWA in Laredo?
No, it's our show, 5-Star Wrestling.
Okay.
We're having a show at a house bar. So like it's gonna be cool. It's amazing every time. Nice. I recently got asked if I want to wrestle in Arkansas, which is my first out of state booking.
Nice.
And then just today I got messaged to go to Mississippi as well. So it's a lot of things that I hope for and pray for.
Very cool.
And they're happening.
Yeah.
They're happening.
That's so cool.
It's crazy.
Have you gotten a chance to wrestle like in Mexico, like just on the other side of the border? I think in Nuevo Laredo, there's a few little things here and there, like lucha.
I have not,
Mhm.
but I want to just because my dad resides over there,
Mhm.
and my dad is my biggest fan, and I didn't really grow up with him.
Yeah.
Personal story, right? But he's always like encouraged me and always told me like he's my biggest fan, and I would love for my dad
Whoa.
to see.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
I would just love my dad to see that, but it'll be so cool. Also, I mean, it's Mexico, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a fun time.
Like, and for those of you that haven't been to a show in Laredo, let me just throw this out there. You see some of the wildest Spanish shit talking you'll ever freaking see. It's amazing. So,
Yeah.
Hold on,
what's
guys.
up,
I'm
Mike?
sorry. I just got some breaking news. Yeah, no, I got you, Brian. I got an announcement to make from Brian, and maybe you can clarify this, but he said, let's make it official. Fans can bring the approved weapons for the match. You can, yeah.
For the San Antonio Stampede?
So apparently they have to be approved, but fans can bring stuff for that Stampede match. So Brian, if you want to clarify or send out on your socials what exactly is approved and what that means, but
Interesting.
exclusively
Tommy's like, what can I bring?
exclusively on the
Interesting.
WrestleCast, we can announce that. So there you go.
Well,
All right.
To bring
Yes,
the
I know.
approved
I
matches.
guess we know where Rob's shopping this weekend.
Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Now I feel like
Well,
no fire. Well, yes, Brian, we know.
Obviously, we
I mean-
gotta guess that.
I know in this country you have to put the obvious warnings on things.
I mean, that's
but-
true.
No
Honestly,
firearms, no lives. Guys, use some common sense, okay? Of course. Yeah.
Well, there was your first mistake, Casey.
Knives and swords.
Yes. What about lightsabers? Can we bring lights? No, I'm just kidding.
no knives or swords. Well, actually,
Now-
I gotta take.
Would you want to mess up your lightsaber on JP? I mean, come on.
No, I'm gonna get a plastic one.
Okay,
from the
all
Dollar
right,
Tree.
all
Okay.
That's fair. Yeah.
Now baseball season's right around the corner. I know that the Tecos, the baseball team that Laredo and Nova Laredo share. I gotta ask: have you been to a game recently? Have you gotten to get to go to a Tecos game? No. Okay. If you guys haven't been to a Mexican League baseball, let me just say this: the mascots, they talk so much crap, and there's a certain gorilla
people?
that's the mascot for the Tecos. Denise, I'm throwing this out there. If you want to reach out, maybe you and the gorilla can have a match of some point because I would love to see that.
Oh my god.
Now,
JC,
I mean,
I'm just throwing this out there.
Casey,
What? No, this is like a
minor
dream
league.
match.
And
No, come on. So
no, I know.
throwing it out there. Just book that shit in Laredo.
mean, hey.
So
if it happens, it happens, guys. But I'm not gonna go up to a gorilla and just be like, "Hey, you want to go?" I think so. Not today.
Look, you say that, but if you ever see footage of that gorilla at a Tecos game in Laredo or Nuevo Laredo, he is just loud, obnoxious. He messes with fans. It would be a classic good guy versus bad guy kind of thing. So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, probably. If he snuck up behind me, I probably would.
probably have
But
to
just
put him
since I
down.
have that reflex,
Yeah.
like if you sneak up behind a person.
so
Yeah.
These some other people that yells help actually like has the guy in an arm bar. Help! Help! just breaking the guy's arm. He's like, no help me! What the hell?
It's like,
Terry,
no,
I'm
that's what
way
I
ahead
need.
of you.
You need
I'm
help.
way ahead of you.
Yeah.
I have kids. There's Legos all over this damn floor. So
I
I'm
am a
just
giant
like-
kid. I love Legos. I got you, Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tommy, you're not breaking up all your sets to take them as weapons, so
No.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta go buy new ones.
yeah. Go on Amazon and get like those generic packs that's just like they don't build anything; they're just all the blocks, like
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
like
Yeah.
they used to be.
Yeah.
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 That's true.
Jason, what?
Where did this come
What are
from?
we doing in here? I don't know if it's about.
I don't know
think
if he's
it's
talking
about
about
the gorilla,
Harlow or the
but
gorilla.
I don't know
what he's talking about.
I don't know who this is about.
I think Jason's just choosing violence,
I
guys.
guess so.
Jesus. I mean,
Okay, y'all
you
know this,
know?
but Jason chooses violence more often than everyone thinks. They think he's just so nice and chill.
Oh.
No, my man lives to get violence.
yeah.
more
And you know what? While we're here, real quick, Jason, this kind of comes back to Denise and Callie and stuff. That video where she rips up my sign. You don't get my back. She asked you, should I do it? And Jason's like, it's up to you. I don't know. And you just let her rip it, buddy. I'm just throwing that out there.
Wow, Jason. Wow, you didn't even try to defend the poster or back up Mike.
Like
Wow.
every time we just say honest things to Callie, you were like, I'm not
Well,
gonna get in on that.
speaking of said poster, Denisse, are you? Is Callie now on your radar to put her in her place?
I mean, she ripped my poster. Of course
Yeah.
she is.
That was good answer. Good answer.
We'll talk off air of when you can beat her up for me. I mean, when you can have a fight with her. I mean, only for you guys.
I mean, y'all saw a snippet over there at RCW. So I mean, she ripped my title. She ripped my title. My poster.
Yeah.
I mean, come on,
It's
guys.
not like there was anything
You
mean
don't
on
do
the
that.
other side of it.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't say
obviously.
anything.
No,
She
everything on
just-
both sides of that poster was absolutely
Honest.
necessary for that show.
True.
It was honest. It was,
Yeah.
it was great. And she's just a hater, is what it is.
Yeah.
So. He's
Hey,
like,
we
Brian.
got you, Brian.
Okay.
I might take an
And-
actual dream catcher.
And I would
though,
like to
just throwing
point out on that sign, I drew a dream catcher, and I think it was.
And it was beautiful.
I think it was pretty legit. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna throw that out there.
It was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
it was so nice.
Callie's just a hater. Like I said.
So there you go, guys. Bring more dream catcher signs. Let's get going.
Bring more Dreamcatcher signs.
Mhm. Dream catcher is better than Takis. Okay. What? Okay.
But not better than Cheetos, okay?
No.
Just saying. I'm Latino. You're supposed to put the
Hold
Yes,
on,
yes,
making,
just saying.
hold on, making a quick note. Dreamcatchers.
I think I have it here. I think I have a picture of the poster, and it makes me sad because it's all torn up.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, jeez.
There's a plan.
Well, I'm sorry.
There's a
One of
plan.
Callie's 2 fans is in the
Oh yeah. It's
Oh, I forget James. James is a fan. I keep forgetting that because
Yeah.
I forget Callie has fans. I keep forgetting that part. So.
Look,
chat. Must be family.
James.
Look, James. Can you see it? Can you see that,
Yeah,
let
James?
me
Yeah.
let me make
Really?
this bigger. Hang on.
Yeah,
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Look at that.
That was amazing.
Wow.
uncalled for.
Yeah,
Very.
look at that.
It really was.
It was ripped for no reason.
really
Also, James, don't feel threatened because she like kicks you in the knee. Okay,
Mhm.
like. Like, just put your hand down on her forehead and she'll stay away.
Mhm.
All right.
Like Scary Movie 2.
Yeah.
I bet. I'm just saying, guys. I bet her ear right now is super red. You've heard that
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, when they're talking
Oh, yeah.
about
Yeah.
your ears red. She's probably
I
like,
think she knows
Jay,
by now
well,
that
well,
if we.
hold on. Jay, I know Mike is the math guy, but James, more Callie signs. Anything times 0 is still 0. So you know. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Good math. Wait.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Brian.
Ice
look,
cream? My God.
we might get in over here. We're gonna have a meeting with Ted. Apparently.
Apparently.
We're gonna have to get some of that legacy money in here. So.
Does this mean does this count as a sponsorship if we pay for all that stuff and just throwing it out there? So yeah.
Might be.
All right.
Yeah, if it says we sponsored the show, I'll bring all that shit. I don't care.
All I care about is the ice cream. The other stuff,
gonna-
that's a match.
We're gonna have to rent a card at this point for the ice cream. So yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay.
sure.
We're gonna have ice cream. We're all gonna be happy. Some of us hurting more than others, but we're gonna be okay.
All right. So we are about 6 weeks away from NPW Mania.
That's crazy. We're already
No,
into it.
I hate to put you on the spot, but it's something we got to do here. I'm going to give you. We have a little segment here on the show called the 1 minute warning. We usually do it at the end where we each have a minute to talk about whatever it is we want to talk about. So I would like to give you a quick minute to say whatever it is you want to say to Miranda Alizé as we head down the road to NPW Mania.
Like, okay. Oh God, you guys are putting me on the spot. Wow. Okay. Woo.
Hey, come on. You can do it. So
So, like, wait. Before I do this,
Yeah.
Is there ice cream? Is there gonna be ice cream
I-
involved if I do this?
you tell me
I
what kind of
mean-
flavor ice cream and I'll bring it to you when
How do we
get there.
Uber Eats to Laredo? Is that what?
Hmm.
I got family down there. What's your favorite ice cream spot?
I'm over here thinking, like, what can I say? What would be a good option? I'm sticking with cookies and cream. Cookies and cream.
Got
There
it.
you go.
All right.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, set.
Oh shit! Promo.
Okay.
Oh,
You ready?
No, but I'm gonna try.
All right. Go for it.
You got this.
Knock it out of the park.
All right. First of all, Miranda, I just want to say that I was thinking a lot of what exactly to say for our upcoming match, and I know that you are a hard worker, and you prove it in and out of the ring. And I have nothing but respect for you. Well, had, right, until you did that, coming into the ring and saying you want to create chaos and dominate the women's division. But it's not going to come so easily, because you have to face me. And I am not someone that you can just walk on or dominate or whatever. I am Denisse Dae. I am the powerhouse, and I am the motherfucking dream catcher. And come Mission Pro, you're going to know exactly who Denisse Dae is. So if you want to fight, I will look you dead in the eyes and tell you to bring it.
Nice. Very
let's go.
well done. Very well
Yes.
done. I love
Yes. I'm so ready.
It's got me
I'm
fired
so
up.
ready for
Is
this
tomorrow
fight.
April 20th yet?
I wish it was. I wish it
Me
was this
too.
weekend.
Let's
Oh my
put this
god.
on.
Let's do this
I
already.
know it's supposed to be.
No.
Bravo,
man, I
Denise.
can't
That was
wait.
really
That
good,
was
actually.
awesome.
That was really
Yes.
good. So, yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'm literally just like, shaking right now. I'm not even kidding.
Nah, not even.
You could have fooled me.
You own
'Cause
that.
that was
Hey,
that was
sometimes no
fucking
prep
awesome.
when you just speak it from the heart, it just comes out the way it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
And that's just the way it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for sure.
Yeah. Jason, I'm right there with you, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Jason's
go.
ready to go. So,
Jason.
See, he liked violence. He was all
He
nice.
chose. I told you. I said this.
Don't worry,
This man
he'll-
chooses violence.
he'll have to atone for his sins when it comes to defending that sign.
Yeah. Thank you, JC.
Yes.
Mega
That deserves
Power
extra ice cream,
99.
Brian. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Gee.
Brian said it's extra ice
Okay.
cream now, so now we do have to get
Yeah, we're
extra
getting
ice
ice
cream.
cream, apparently.
Apparently. Terry said further down in the comments, CCW will be partial owners by the time it's done. Let me talk to you.
All right. Where can everybody find you on your social media?
So on Instagram, under official Denisse _Dae,
Mhm.
and then on Facebook, Denisse Dae, and then on Twitter, I think, or sorry, Twitter X now.
Whatever.
Oh my
I
god, you
still
see
call
that?
it
Yeah, we
Twitter.
still call it Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's so hard adjusting to
I think you have it as
X?
at the Denise Day on Twitter.
just Denisse Dae, yeah.
Well,
the Denisse
The
Dae.
Denise Day.
The
Yeah. The.
the you see guys? The
The.
there you go, the Denisse Dae.
And then do you have a shop on Pro Wrestling Tees?
I do actually. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, you see, guys, what would I do without you guys?
Yeah.
You see,
Well-
I'm Dory. I don't know this all at the time. Okay, I struggle with memory loss. Okay,
Maybe
Now,
that
full
down
dis-
since
full
day
dis-
one coming soon.
Full disclosure, we were a little late getting this thing going here, the show tonight, because we were just shooting the shit with Denise before and lose
Yeah.
track of time. We did give her a great shirt idea, so don't be surprised if that starts appearing on Pro Wrestling Tees within the next week
Yeah.
or two. So
that
Yeah.
is true.
yeah, so
That is
That's
true.
cool because I was just telling people that it was technical difficulties, but
Yeah.
you would
yeah,
be
well,
honest. That's cool.
technical difficulties. I told my wife, hey, she's from Laredo. Full on 10-minute conversation.
Yeah.
So but it's
That's
pretty
it.
fun.
God,
Yeah. So now that I said Laredo, I wonder if she's gonna show up.
I
Anyway.
thought she was gonna appear behind you, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like you said, I expected her to kind of like just
JC's
walk
phone goes off and he's like, I
He's
hear
like,
you.
you talking shit? No.
You know we're feisty. We're
I'm-
not even gonna lie, JC. Women from Laredo, we are naturally feisty. I mean, we're
Feisty,
Sorry.
rowdy, and a lot of fun. Because believe me, when we were there last summer for my daughter was in the Pony League World Series there, family turned out in droves. Like literally took the time off from work to go see middle of the day for her to play in the World Series Championship. So it was pretty awesome. I love it. The passion, it's amazing. So
it is.
there's lots of fun.
And I think that helps a lot. Like I said, I have a lot of passion, a lot of love, and I think it's just that it's just part of that.
It's
I don't know
that
how
border
to
town
explain.
pride is what it is. So,
It's the border town
Yeah.
pride. Yeah, you want to show. Yeah, I'm sorry. I sometimes don't even know what I want to come across, but yeah, like you said, we're Latinos. Like we want to show
Love and community.
how much
and-
love and passion we have. Yeah.
well, congratulations on all your success. Congratulations on this match coming up. I'm looking forward
Oh, yeah.
to it. Completely honest with you, when this was announced, I was like, this could be a show stealer.
Oh, yeah,
And
for sure.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this one wherever it is on the
100%.
card. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
You know what, guys?
Go ahead.
I'm excited to show you guys this as well. I'm happy that you guys are all going to be there, and I'm ready to kick some butt.
Let's do it.
It'll be awesome.
I'm just ready.
Awesome.
wait.
Well, thank you to the Dreamcatcher, Denisse Dae, once again, the pride of Nixon High in Laredo, Texas, right down the road. So.
You opened it again. You opened it again.
Say it again. So, and we don't talk to you before. We'll see you on April 20th at the Salvation Army Mission Corps for MPW Mania.
Yeah.
Not on here, but we'll talk to you before.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
I know, not on the show.
Yes.
Thanks, Denise. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Denise.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate all of
All
you.
right.
All of you.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. That was so awesome.
That was fun.
She's really cool.
She really is. So, all right. Well, let's get into what we want to talk about here. There's a lot to discuss. Revolution, everything like that. So, but we'll just get to a bit of wrestling news. We'll talk this more about Sting calling it a career once we get into this. But we have some Hall of Fame announcements. Finally, feels like they're a little later than normal this year. But
they are, dude. They announced Batista in like October last year.
Yeah.
So
well, they may have been busy dealing with some other things within the past 6 months or so.
Actually, Mike, that's a good. I didn't even think of that. Ooh.
I mean,
yeah.
Yikes.
But the first one and arguably the headliner of the class, depending who else they had, Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Listen, for all my critiques of a lot of things WWE, this is a really good one. This is well earned, well deserved. Paul Heyman deserves to be in pretty much every wrestling Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, like him or not, that guy did some incredible stuff for pro wrestling. He deserves this.
You know what's crazy, and as old people who have seen all of them, he's another person who has like distinct eras of his career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Again, y'all know me with my love for the early WCW days. Paulie Dangerously was iconic from the beginning. He had the Dangerous Alliance. He, back at the late 80s, beginning of the 90s, he had that Zach Morris brick cell phone, right? That always got it. Like one of the most famous things I remember was a Clash of the Champion. No, really.
I forget about the phone. I forget how great the phone was. I was
laughing at Terry's comment. I don't know if you saw Terry's comment.
Do y'all remember where he hit James Hervey, the brother from the Wonder Years, who was dating supposedly what was WCW's Missy Hyatt?
Yeah,
Jason Hervey. I think it was Jason Hervey. And he hit him. That's like one of my memories is always, I think, because I had that Clash recorded, so I'd watch it over and over. But yeah, like he had that distinct career, and then obviously his ECW stuff, which at the time when it happened, I didn't get to see a lot of, because we didn't have access to a lot of ECW stuff until until it came later, or eventually stuff came out. But I remember hearing about it, and I don't know if you remember this, JC. We don't have to bring up his actual name, but there was a kid we knew at Central who would like tape trade and was into that, and he got some. I think he would get a bunch of the ECW stuff that like you couldn't easily get at the time. So
I know you're talking about. He was like, honestly, like one reason I even thought about ECW, because I never even really heard about it. I was like mainstream stuff like that, so it was interesting. Yeah. So
I love like the trench coat Brock Lesnar manager era, whenever he had the baseball cap and everything. That was all great. I loved his GM run. I do love the promo he cut on Vince, and everyone was like, what was the story like that where he was making fun of Vince, insulted Taz, and I love his answer when everyone asked him, so what was your direction for that promo? Vince looked at me and just said, make me some money. he said make me some money.
The Survivor Series one, right? Before
from Survivor Series. He said well, can I say this, can I say that? And Vince just said, make me some money. And like with everything Paul said, Vince barely reacted. Then when he brought up Taz was there, choked him out, and so all that. On a personal level, he should have. Terry just said he should have one night stand.
Yeah, both of those things Terry mentioned were.
All those things are fantastic. On the Rise and Fall of ECW DVD, which I probably watched that thing 8 times. I'm not even kidding. At the very end of it, he has this not speech, but just like he said, I almost remember verbatim. He says, I'll risk failure. Sometimes half the fun is failing, getting knocked down, but getting up the next day and licking my wound and saying, okay, watch out. He said, really looking forward to not getting my ass kicked like I did yesterday. And now I'm just a little bit more dangerous. That ending actually helped me through a lot of rough times in my life personally. So cool. It's like I said, it's well earned. And no one in the world of pro wrestling is infallible. Yes, he's made some mistakes and stuff, and we all know that. It's been storied. He's admitted to half of them himself, so he doesn't even need to have someone tell him. It's like he'll tell you, "Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, it was fucked up, but I did it." So. And so I don't think there's reason to do that to bring all of that. I just think of the success he did have and is currently having now. I mean, he's in a weird way. I don't want to seem like I'm downplaying either man's career, but he's kind of had almost a Sting-like career in a way, where the fact that he just kept making himself relevant over and over again, if you know what I mean. It's like you talk about early WCW and ECW, WWF, WWE. He just went, from, he turned, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, into a catchphrase. That was a catchphrase, and all because of how he said it.
Well, I mean, his whole thing with introducing Brock, like people had it, and Roman now, like people had it down the way he would say it, and like you would hear, just like they would chat along with The Rock, or they would chat along with Austin, like they would chat along with him because they knew it.
Yeah. Like whenever he does my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. It's just like you see people do this every time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Not even that, but don't try and propose marriage while you're at a wrestling show in the middle.
If they stay together, it's a miracle, because that was such a destruction.
And yes, Terry, that was going to be my question. Who inducts Paul Heyman?
I kind of joked Tommy Dreamer, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen.
Punk, maybe, since he's back.
Maybe Punk. Austin's a good
I like the honestly, I like the Tommy Dreamer idea. And Dreamer, they could get Dreamer. He's working for TNA right now. I'm sure they would have no problem letting him be the one. I mean, Paul is very much responsible for Dreamer's success.
Yeah.
When everybody hated him, ECW. So it's
or Raven.
And I think that just depends on what this version of WWE's relationship is. Damn, Brian.
Jesus, Brian.
Wow.
Okay. That depends on how high RVD is when he's going up there for the speech. And that's what
okay, first of all, it doesn't, because no matter how high he is, that's gonna make it better. It's like
Paul. Jay says Austin. Terry said Austin as well. Austin could be a good one. So yeah.
Well, which tribal chief, James? No, I was kidding.
No, wow.
So.
Which tribal chief?
Other inductee announced was it Bull Nakano, right? That was yes.
About damn time, bro.
Oh, hold on. This is gonna get Jason started in the chat. I just know it.
What?
Bull Nakano.
Yeah,
okay.
But dude, man.
We'll wait. No.
I got mad that I didn't realize until now that she wasn't in it. I got mad at it. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
bro?
It's just one of those.
I know. We talked about this off
but the other thing is, sadly, and I don't even know if I fully was, but 90s WWE was not ready for that.
No.
It didn't. No, it's and kudos to Alundra Blaze for like literally being the only legit female that WWE had or was using.
Yeah.
And they brought her over. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother story, Brian. 100%.
Yeah.
But Bull Nakano and WWE wasn't. I mean, let's be honest. We just had a women's revolution in what 2014, 2015.
Yeah. Sounds like Tommy typed it out for him. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. So.
I love it.
Brian, with Jazz, I mean, yeah, I'm sure she's deserving, but I don't know if there's any bad blood between WWE and her, because a lot of it is like they have to agree to make the appearance and all that stuff. I mean, to be a part of it. So who knows what that's coming up with. So. But yeah, definitely well deserving too. Yeah. But Bull Nakano, about time. Any other predictions on who else might be getting in? Excuse me.
I can't think of anyone right now.
Well,
I honestly can't think of anyone for this year, honestly, until Paul Heyman got announced. I can't even think of anybody else.
well, I mean, like was said earlier, and usually they don't do multiple females in one year unless they're connected to each other. But obviously, Jazz is someone that probably needs to go in. There's some that are like Heyman goes in right now while he's active. Is there anybody else who's kind of like
semi-active?
Yeah.
What about the Hardys?
I mean, that'd be kind of difficult at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, thinking like tag teams that could go in.
Rumor is they may be leaving soon, but yeah.
I mean, how soon do you think they put the New Day in while they're still active? Because
I think there's still a lot of time
unto himself could go in. No, I mean, I guess, but like, I don't think you realize how long they've already been there.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
It's like 10, coming on 10 plus years now.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that they've been. I know it's crazy. Is Mickey James? I thought this already happened. Did that not happen 2 years ago, or am I wrong?
I thought she was.
Hold on.
So we're all gonna Google it right now, right? So
wait, Jason, I assume you don't mean Mustafa Ali. I mean, I like him too, but
he could be Muhammad Ali.
Mickey James and Victoria are not currently in the Hall of Fame.
That's both of those. So can we just have a women's year? Because
would be nice.
Victoria's not in yet.
Victoria's not in, and I don't know if that's something to do with any bad blood. Well, Vince McMahon's not around anymore. I don't know what it is with Victoria. I mean, Victoria was never really. I mean, I can recall they didn't really have much of her in the video games years ago either, right? Her and Victoria and Mickey James are not in. They should be in, but obviously they're not yet. So I don't know. Maybe that's something that comes down the road or something. Maybe this might be the year. Who knows? So, yeah. Let's think about.
So.
Now, while not officially a Hall of Famer, but definitely will be at one point. We all wondered where the Rainmaker was going to go.
Oh.
Well, today on Impact, we found out. Or Dynamite, excuse me, Impact. I'm used to playing on Thursdays. Okada is all elite, and I love that he came full on heel, joining the elite.
Bruh.
Tommy.
But
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tommy, have you seen the full clip?
Yes.
Okay, go for it. Because, I mean, I was watching it, and I was like, I did not see this coming, but I'm intrigued.
I did not either.
And then when you're done, I'll explain even more why I'm intrigued.
And then I went back to the old look because they had the tunnels. Yeah, I was actually texting Terry when the clip, because I couldn't watch it live. I was looking at clips as they became available, and I saw. I was like, I wasn't even mad. That's how intrigued I am. I was like, I'm not even upset. I want to see where this goes. We haven't seen a heel Okada since like 2014, 2013. So I'm actually very intrigued to see where this goes. I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I really am in. And to Brandon Outlaw Wrestling, Alicia Fox, yes, her too.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Melina?
I mean, I'm biased now. They're both sweethearts.
Yeah, no. But, like, there really is a slew of those women that were huge in the early 2000s who have not gotten their due yet, now that you're bringing up all these names.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
This is kind of one of those where it's like, okay, AEW, we had Sting that just retired. Punk, obviously, is off to WWE. And MJF still fighting the injury. You needed a big star, and the fact that they were able to bring Okada into this is downright amazing. Obviously, he did a small stint with TNA to get himself stateside. A lot of people seem to think that he was potentially going to WWE, especially with Vince McMahon not being in charge. But AEW and aligning himself with the Young Bucks is pretty awesome.
Now, I'm not going to share the GIF that I shared with Tommy earlier.
Okay,
but I will say, 6 to midnight at the idea of this version of the Elite versus BCC.
Ooh,
You've
boy.
already got
Yeah.
the built-in Bryan Danielson Okada feud that needs its third match.
Yeah.
Cesaro and Okada, Claudio. I could go back to Cesaro. Jesus, Claudio versus Okada. Even if it's in the midst of a tag team match, yes, please. And then, on a personal note, Mox just beating up the Young Bucks. I'm okay with that. I
Yeah.
don't hate the Young Bucks, but they're really good at making you want to see them get beat up. So,
But I'm glad you brought that up because I'll wait for the Sting conversation to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yes, everything you just said, absolutely.
I mean, I'll just throw this out there: Okada and the Bucks going for the 6-man tag titles.
Yeah,
I could see
I mean,
it.
Yeah.
He had to vacate the last set, so he could just be getting a new set.
Yeah.
and a few people have mentioned this on Dynamite tonight. They did unveil the kind of new look that they're going with, and they did bring the tunnels back, which I think is good for them. I think that gave them a very
Distinct look.
distinct, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So good for them. There's a little more color to it, to the Dynamite logo and stuff. So,
I noticed that too. I noticed that too with the watermark on the TV signal too as well. Yeah,
and they've got some like we'll talk about this too in a minute because I was hoping there'd be some shakeup coming in, but it seems like it's coming after Revolution, not at Revolution. But I'll take it either way. So.
Well, I mean, it's a good segue and worth getting right into. Let's talk about Revolution.
Revolution.
Sting's last match obviously was amazing in every sense of the word. His son's getting involved with it, which, by the way, that was Sting's original gear that they had to work out and squeeze into, by the way.
For the record, when they came out, I just want to say his sons look so much like him. Like, you know how they always used to do like the guys who dress like Sting, you could tell none of them are Sting.
Yeah.
I for like 5 seconds got confused. I was like, they didn't cut his hair.
Jason, if you're still there, we talked about this a little bit on Sunday on our WrestleCast roundtable talking about Sting.
Good job on that, by the way, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was really good.
His son looked more like Surfer Sting than Barry Windham did, than fake NWO Sting did. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just remember that, throwing that out there. No, they're football players, if I'm not mistaken, or one of them is at least.
I think one of them
is,
yeah.
One of them's like an NCAA legit football player, so.
Yeah. That match itself, but the one I really want to most talk about, and the one, probably the only match, because I've heard so much about it, I had to watch its entirety, was Ospreay and Takeshita.
Yeah.
Which
really?
I've heard has been.
Do that?
Huh? I have my way.
Yeah.
No, I haven't gotten the full show yet. I'm working on that. But that one is getting match of the year vibes.
Yeah.
For sure. So that one is just like thank you TikTok. Okay, I'll just say it. Thank you TikTok. It pretty much would get the whole match on there. But that one so far is getting match of the year vibes from me anyway. Like nothing else has stood out so far this year to me. So now one thing Mike, I know you want to talk about because you hope that they would show it on Dynamite. I don't know if they did. The little backstage promo between Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson after their match.
Yeah.
Okay. I love Eddie Kingston. Like everyone loves Eddie Kingston. Like he's the realest person in wrestling. Like it just comes across so much. But there was maybe the little evil side of me was kind of enjoying the way Bryan Danielson was just being a complete dick to him through all this lead up. And so I kind of thought, and again, we'll talk about those, when we talk about our records, I thought it would be an interesting story to see Bryan Danielson get that win back from the tournament and then, him not shake his hand and, and then him, Kingston, having to live with the continued disrespect. I can say, and I'll say this about a lot of the things I picked, I am not mad at all about my record with what wound up going down. Because that match seemed amazing. And when he beat Claudio for the ROH title, Claudio shook his hand, but he didn't go full. I mean, he didn't sit there. He shook it, all right, quick thing, and left. Danielson, shook his hand, and it was respectful. And then they go to that promo in the back, and after all the trash talking and all the shit talking Kingston does, he legit just says, "Yo, I just do that because I feel inadequate, and all I've ever wanted is you guys' respect, and you and Claudio and Punk and all that." And you're just sitting there like, I don't think they did show it on. I didn't see all of Dynamite. I saw parts of it, and then I was doing some other stuff. But if not, they need to put that on everything that people can see, because that from both of them. And then Danielson was like, "Yeah, I respect you," and then he went into a little thing about like, "Man, I'm really good at hurting people," and it was just like. It was just an amazing promo. Go check it out on their social media.
Well, because the thing, and also with that is Danielson started that way, and I thought he was gonna like trash Eddie afterward, but then he took a turn with his promo, and it was like, I think I messaged Mike later. It's like I don't watch wrestling to feel feelings like this. I don't watch this for this.
And damn, it didn't take 21 minutes or two different versions to be put online.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm working.
It wasn't produced by a PR firm. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, for sure. Right. Just let people speak from the heart. I mean, Denisse Dae, we put her on the spot here, but when she speaks from the heart, it came out, better than more promos ever really could. So,
but I really, and I'm serious when I say this, I really do think one of the criticisms people had been giving AEW was like the lack of promo time for some people, and so AEW used their ability to use social media to their advantage. To AEW's credit, they like to put wrestling on their wrestling show. Tonight, Terry and I were texting earlier. Tonight was kind of talk heavy. For an AEW show, still league shorter than WWE talk heavy show, which is most of Raw. But I felt like tonight was like kind of like a rejuvenation from the whole Sting stuff.
Yes.
We just had a huge jump up. We got to calm down right now. but with the social media, they can go backstage like right after a show, get people's thoughts right afterwards, and then cut a promo that way. And if people don't watch those, that's kind of on them, I feel like, at that point. That means you don't want to see it, because the stuff that's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on TikTok, it's on IG, it's on every piece of social media they can put it on. So if you don't see it, that means you are willfully ignoring it. You can't say Eddie Kings, you can't say I don't like promos by this person or that person because I've never seen them cut a good promo. Well, have you watched the promos that they do? No. Okay, then you don't know. Like Daddy Magic. I don't know if you guys
he's
are
really good. He's really good.
Like his stuff lately, I'm like,
yeah,
push this man. What are we doing? And like they kind of have been lately. It's like, and when he cut a promo, I was like, I legitimately said, where the hell was this the past 3 years? So
there's a friend I have on Twitter, X whatever, who she's in love with Daddy Magic, Cool Hand Ange, Daniel Garcia. It's like anytime they're on, it's just like, stop what you're doing. They're on. It's just hilarious. Cracks me up. Also, not to call timeout, but I think Brian has printed out a list of all the people who have not gotten into the Hall of Fame, because he just keeps posting names, and I'm like, oh, they're not in either. Yeah, like how is William Regal?
He did put when he put William Regal, it was everything that Amy and I just like scream, wait, the hell, he's not in there yet? What the damn it, Vince.
And again, I know he'll like Sting. Like Sting, he'll be like, "No, I don't deserve this. I don't know." But like, no, for what he's contributed in the ring and everything he's done since then too.
No, put William Regal in for sure.
Starting BCC.
That alone.
I mean, that's not for the WWE Hall of Fame, but
I don't care.
Some other highlights from Revolution. Roderick Strong defeats Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. Damn it. But Kyle O'Reilly shows up.
Yeah.
Maybe does or doesn't join the Undisputed Kingdom. I don't know if they covered that on Dynamite this evening at all. No?
He showed up. He didn't say yet, but he did say he is officially cleared to wrestle now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is a hot take or not, and I don't know if this offends you or not, Tommy. I'm not sure where you stand. I hate to say this, but Mike Bennett and Matt Taven do not feel on the same level as Adam Cole, O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Wardlow. And I'm not saying they're bad. I don't know if that's offensive or not. But they just don't feel the same as the rest of that group. And I don't know. That's just kind of
I know what you mean, but I honestly think that that's just because we just were between Undisputed Era and just the run Wardlow has been on before. I think that's where the disconnect is for us as fans. But I think I think they're fine where they are. But
something that's got to take time,
Yeah.
to build up. Yeah. Let's see. Blackpool Combat Club defeats FTR, and I'm sure that was a classic. I need to check that one out.
Yeah.
Tony Storm defeats Donna Purrazzo and just says, "Hey, I'm ready for you, Wendy Richter." I love that she fucking did that in her post-match presser.
She did tap out while Luther had the ref distracted, so I'm sure they're going to play on that.
I don't know. Did you guys see Mariah May come out ask Tony Storm much so that everyone thought that was actually Tony Storm?
Yeah.
That's
probably true, Jason.
That's true, Jason.
I mentioned Ospreay, Takeshita. Joe retains the world championship, and of course the main event, Sting's last match. I know, Tommy, you're the only one that predicted Sting and Darby Allin would retain, but Mike, are you surprised that Sting didn't go out on this match?
I haven't shared the post. It already came out, and we were 100% right.
Tony Khan, you saw it too?
100%. Tony Khan, the Buck, they had to convince him to take the win. He originally obviously wanted to take the loss. He wanted to give momentum to the Bucks with the belts, and they were like, no. And they finally, it almost sounds like what they convinced him was like, look, let's send the crowd home happy. Let's give them a fun little moment. And yeah, so I'm obviously ecstatic either way. I'm not surprised at all at what's come out about it.
But did the Bucks?
I knew it was going to be what's that?
Knowing the career of the Bucks, did they really need a win right there? I mean,
no.
The fact that they're getting to wrestle.
It wasn't about them.
Yeah.
It was about Sting and the way you retire. But I'm not mad at all, obviously.
What I wanted to say about that was I don't think the Bucks ever felt like I don't think they ever even thought in their mind they had to win that match at all. I think the only thing, Mike, I think you saw it too. Everyone said the only holdout for Sting winning was Sting.
Yes, 100%.
And so Sting, I think it just came down, JC, that just Sting wanted to be the one. Like, let me just go out losing that way. These young guys, but the Young Bucks were like, dude,
these young guys.
Yeah, these young guys. But they're probably like, dude, we've won plenty of stuff. We can lose to you. That won't hurt our careers at all. We lost to Sting.
As long as you give us both stinger splashes and hit it with some moves, then we're fine.
But I think my favorite spot that I've seen from the highlights of it was them doing the whole Shawn Michaels Ric Flair thing. We're not sorry, we hate you. Yeah. And him just like going finger on it. Yes.
And you know something else is like another reason why him winning just shows like it's the right call and everything. Look at all the guys who, as the closer we got to Sting's last match, he said like, all these guys that he beat, how, and I don't know how we feel about the internet and wrestling fans, but like all these guys saying, well, Sting beat these younger guys, but look at all the younger guys he was beating and what they're saying on social media. Not a single one of them is complaining that they lost to Sting. They're like, I think Anthony Bowen said, I met him as a kid, then I got to wrestle him. And then Brian Cage is like saying, as like one of my biggest honors of my career was I was his first match. And then Brian Cage said we had the greatest cinematic match of all time. And I just like it's like Sting is that guy. I've never heard anyone say anything bad about Sting. That's rare in pro wrestling.
Yeah. Literally, all of them just made me think, and we talked about it last week, but when they started posting that and all that, they literally just made me think of the scene from Ready to Rumble where he's like, oh, hit me next. Like, they're just like, give me your move. I got hit by Sting. I got the match with Sting. Like, it's a career highlight for them. It really is. I mean.
So him winning, and Jay said in the comments, Sting didn't want the titles, he got the titles. Sting didn't want to win, he won. And look, I get it. In some cases, yes, going out losing in some respects. I understand that, and I'm not saying that I don't see Sting's point in doing that, but in that moment for his career, all he's done, the Bucks and Tony Khan made the absolute right call. They made the right call, talking him into it and saying, "You should win this." We'll vacate the belts, have a big tournament, crown new champions, do all that kind of stuff. And to the Young Bucks' credit, they're also right. They don't need a win over Sting to be hated by the crowd. Look at what they did tonight.
No, they do it really well. But in all fairness, I don't think you needed to convince Tony Khan to have a tournament. I think that was just like a perk.
If there's something he does well, it's promote a tournament. Yeah,
that's true.
But I will say this: when we get to the year-end awards, it's going to be hard to top Darby Allin going through a pane of glass.
Jeez.
Wow.
And he was back there tonight too, by the way. He has. I don't know if you've seen that little promo segment.
Yeah, I read online that they planned that, and they planned to do something else if Darby couldn't make it back in time because the doctors were like, "Well, let's see how he does." I love Sting after the show saying, "Let me know how many stitches that is."
Yeah.
All elite tournaments.
Hey, I mean,
that's good. I love it.
Sounds like something JC's taking the kids to on the weekend. But
it feels like it sometimes. Some of these teams, man, just Jesus.
Man, Brian bringing the heat in the comments tonight,
yeah,
man.
No
Damn.
So, I think Denise got him hyped with the promo.
Jason, he's gonna climb Mount Everest in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's right. He
literally said, okay, not gonna lie, if you haven't seen his promo, go check it out because he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna come back from Everest. This is shoot. So if next Wednesday's my last match ever, because he's facing Jay White, and you're just kind of like, okay, like he said that he said that for a while. Like he knows he could die going climbing Everest, but he doesn't care.
I mean, you kind of signed the waiver if you're going to make that climb. Yeah,
but to just say that in the promo, it's like, oh, okay.
Well, to be fair, he's never shied away from much in his promo.
No, you're right. You're right, 100%.
Damn it, I lost it again. Just no, that's what it was. I'll say I'm sure Sting kind of like we say, like Kelly always thinks that is. I'm sure the past couple of years, like whenever he like goes to Sting's house for like Thanksgiving, it's like they're like, Steve, I thought you only had 2 sons. Oh yeah, that's my other son, Darby. I didn't have him, but he's just But Steve Garrett, is that your brother? They're like, oh yeah, that's our brother Darby. Yeah. Dad found him, so he's kind of adopted him.
I thought that was only 80s kids who got told they were found in the alleyway by a bunch of stray cats or something.
No, my grandma did it all the time.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Well, you're like an 80s kid. You were born in the 80s, right?
That's true. You're right.
All right. Well, as far as our pick results on this, Mike went 3-6. Yep.
Again, not mad. I was looking for some shake-up, but it seems like it's coming in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff, so that's fine.
I went 5-4, and Tommy went 6-3. Now I don't think any of us have seen the entire pay-per-view all the way through. Sorry, guys.
Not all the way through now.
But definitely, I think when we come back next week, we'll be able to give a full rating on Revolution.
Yeah.
Look, it was a Sting retirement match, so just pencil me in for a 5.
I kind of want to give it a 5 anyway. Yeah, I was going to say, I want to give it a 5 anyway.
We'll have an official one.
We'll have an official next week, but just pencil me in for a 5.
5 question mark?
Now, before we move, before we move on to what is happening this weekend, we want to take a little bit of time to talk about NostalgiaCon.
Yeah, buddy.
As we've mentioned before on the show, of course, Thunder Rosa will be at the with the Legacy of Nerd. What is she going to be there all weekend?
Friday and
Sunday only.
Friday and Sunday.
So yeah.
Apparently, she's going to go take care of Collision on Saturday and then come back for us. So,
amazing stuff.
Working her ass off as always. Yeah,
hardest working people in wrestling right now for sure. Of course, Rikishi will be there.
Not at our table, but he will be there to sign autograph and take pictures and all that good stuff. So
for sure,
that's really cool.
And of course, the hybrid NostalgiaCon. That's what they're calling this right now.
There you go.
Yeah. Now there's a little promo. Click unlock and use promo code Legacy for 5%.
So I think it's off the WrestleCast story already. But when you go to buy your tickets, there's just a little button in the middle that says unlock, and that's what they mean. Just click that unlock. Type in Legacy. I don't know if it has to be all caps. Probably not. and get
I
some
think it has to be-
discount.
I don't think
I
that's the
mean,
Outcast, but yeah.
you're gonna pay less money for tickets, take it. So,
It's always good to save money. For
yeah.
Sure. So,
And then again, that's just the wrestling side of things. The voice actors, the Power Rangers, all the other stuff. I think there was just another announcement, someone related to Pokemon.
Yes.
So,
I can
I
announce
don't think
that.
I have that graphic, but
no, that's cool.
No.
I don't think it's in there either, but
Yeah.
I'm just go for it, Tommy.
They announced the original singer of the Pokemon theme song, Jason Page, will be there.
Oh,
wow.
And if people who don't know this about me, one of the first CDs I ever bought as a kid was the original Pokemon soundtrack, and I wore that some bitch out. So and also for other nerds out there, he actually did a cover of it with Jonathan Young a few years ago in a heavy metal version, which fucking slaps. It's so good. So I'm excited, and they added on some more Power Rangers through More Phenomenal Expo. Shout out to More Phenomenal, and also a couple of voice actors from Power Rangers, who I'm also looking forward to meeting.
Also, and I think most of us in here are a bunch older, like Jason, Brian, Terry, us. But I think if you're a little bit younger, millennials, there was a Disney show called Ned's Declassified Files or something.
Yeah.
That I only know from TikTok. They have a podcast out about their show, and it's pretty popular with that age group just kind of below us. Anyways, they're going to be at NostalgiaCon, and apparently they're doing a live podcast on one of the days. So
Nice.
go to nostalgiacon.com. It's there on one of the flyers. I think it's thenostalgiacon.com. Just check out everything they got. Like, it's a packed 3 days, guys.
It's going to be insane.
I mean, just the wrestling stuff is going to be awesome, but all that other stuff they got going on, they're going to have like games and all that other usual stuff. So, yeah, go check it out, guys.
I'm going to be nerded out that weekend, dude. Damn.
Yeah, we're going to have to be doing stuff for like the table. We'd be like, but I want to go see so-and-so.
I'm here for fun too.
Right?
Meanwhile, y'all just got to look for me like, Tommy can say, damn it. Who wasn't looking at him?
We're going to have to like stick one of those like big long things behind you so we can see you through the crowd. Just like
you know what? I'm gonna be like a whipping angel from Doctor Who, except if you don't look at me, I'm gone. I leave. Instead of getting closer to you and like when you're not looking at, it's like, are you not looking at Tommy? Shit! Damn it!
Oh, Legacy comes in to confirm the schedule. We could take turns.
Yeah. Brian.
Brian is at the convention at the Henry B.
Gonzalez. Yeah.
May 10th through 13th.
Yep.
10th
through 12th.
Yeah, there you
Mother's
go.
Day weekend. Yep.
May 10th, my birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Quickly, do you want to discuss what happened?
The James.
Wow. I'm gonna do those TikTok videos where like a boyfriend or husband like sneakily attaches a balloon to his wife so he knows where she is in the Target store.
We're gonna do that to Tommy.
Maybe Tommy, yeah. So yeah.
We'll make it a red balloon because I think that would fit with the Comic-Con. So.
That'd be funny.
You'll float too. Anyway, what were we saying?
That's
Tommy. Wow.
Legacy folks.
All right. Let's talk a bit about Teenage Sacrifice coming up this Friday night. Honestly, like a pretty decent lineup here we got. Nick Nemeth versus Steve Macklin is on the card. Josh Alexander versus Hammerstone.
That's gonna be fire.
Yeah. The Time Machine versus Mustafa Ali and the Good Hands. That's a little 6-man tag action. Tag team titles, ABC versus the System.
No one's gonna see it, James. A balloon's not helpful if it's 3 feet off the ground.
That's gonna be attached to my knee. How's that gonna help anybody?
Yeah.
Please return to the Legacy booth.
Oh gosh.
Legacy, I'm gonna kick your ass, homie.
Sorry.
For the Knockouts World Championship of three-way, Jordan Grace versus Tasha Steelz versus Zaya Brookside. And TNA Championship, Moose versus Eric Young.
Well, Brian, I think we'll be back on Thursday next week.
Yeah, I think we'll be back
next
week. Yeah.
We should be back on Thursdays, yes.
Yeah.
So,
but you also said a show at Bomb Show, so let's talk later at Bombshells.
I mean, we could do a live show at Bombshells. I'm down. That's right. Yeah, we just because there might be some weeks where we have Wednesdays. Just depends on my kids' game schedules, which I just got. So I'll go over that with you guys.
You know those little kids who always come and interfere. We're at the mercy of them.
Yeah,
Like
we
we're
really
adults
are.
running a podcast, but it's just whatever we're at the mercy of the kids. What are you
Well,
gonna
Mike, to
Yeah.
be fair, Mike, to be fair, we're adults running the podcast.
Well,
Yeah.
Look, they probably would take over and get more watches than us anyways. So.
100%.
What match?
I've
What
seen
match
you.
you?
I don't know
What
if
match you
you-
looking forward to the most coming out of Sacrifice on this one? So
Again, obviously, okay, it's going to be hard to not say purely business related. It's hard to not say Ziggler, right? Because you're so
Yeah,
used to it for
sure.
like years. But obviously, I want to see him again, a little bit unleashed. Probably has a little more freedom to wrestle. You know, the stuff he can do. Macklin's been killing it, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this Josh Alexander and Hammerstone too? Didn't they have a match just a little while ago that Josh won
Wasn't that
when Hammerstone wasn't
NJPW?
officially signed?
wasn't that a no?
No,
surrender?
you're right. You're right. This is
Yeah. So a
Yeah.
rematch. Whew,
Yeah.
You know, Hammerstone's coming to get a win back, and you know that could be
You're
interesting.
hard pressed to get one because this is in Canada, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a heavy
know,
crowd
but,
behind
I
Alexander and
mean,
Eric Young. So yeah,
You know, anytime you get that rematch, things are different.
yeah.
And then I think I finally learned from you, JC, tag team title match. You got to go with ABC until they lose it at this point.
Same.
Can't. I mean, now granted, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, that is a hell of a team.
Yeah.
That is.
It
Yeah.
really is. You know, and
It
they
is.
got a good shot, but again, taking ABC until somebody beats them.
And Jordan Grace, the same thing, pretty much.
I'm
Right
not
now,
betting
yeah.
against Jordan
I mean-
Grayson, so yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just gonna come out and say this. I think Jordan Grace is gonna hold that championship all year.
I'm fine with it.
With-
I'm good with that.
I mean, she's taken that momentum she got from appearing at the Royal Rumble and just gone crazy with it. And I
Yeah.
can't right now see anybody on that roster that is taking that championship away from her.
Kind of agree,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So it's hell of
And
a
then-
representative for that division.
But it is kind of cool. Zaya Brookside, we saw her a couple of weeks ago at the UWW show there at Cowboys. So that's kind of cool. Don't think she's going to be Jordan Grace, but, you know, cool to see her in
Yeah.
live, which is the first time I'd ever seen her live. So
For sure.
All right. Well, how can you watch Sacrifice? Is this Friday, March 8th, 7 p.m. Central Time, taking place at excuse me, the St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Pre-show, if they have one, I believe it's going to be about 6 o'clock, and it is available exclusively on TNA Plus, the
TNA
streaming
Plus.
service under TNA Wrestling. And to get yourself hyped up, go watch the Steiner Math promo because it is always Sacrifice related.
Yes.
So yes, definitely.
Tommy, who are we talking to? Oh, it was Ray
It was-
and his partner at that show last weekend. 'Cause
Yes.
someone mentioned the Steiner promo, and I was like, "Look, we've had this discussion, guys. Like he's making up equations or whatever, but the actual math works. The numbers add and
And
correctly.
they didn't know that until you told
they
them. They're
thought he
like,
just made it all up. I was like, no, I'm a math.
because their faces
I've
were
looked
like,
at it.
yeah, their faces were like, oh my god, that makes it so much better.
So it's like he's a crazy genius.
Yeah.
Like he's doing
100%.
random stuff, but he's making sure the math is right.
Look,
It's
and if
so
you don't
crazy.
believe me, there is a YouTube video of that promo with word art where it's literally typing out everything he's saying, and they actually do the math while he's saying it, and it completely adds up. So
I saw that video, and I more couldn't believe someone actually made that than anything else. I
Yes.
was like, what the hell?
One of our upcoming WrestleCast roundtables may be what is the most iconic promo in wrestling history, and
oh my
that's
god.
up there.
God.
That may be the
That's
winner.
it.
I don't know,
Mhm.
but it's up there.
Well, it's got a 33rd to 3rd chance,
Yeah.
because,
Mhm.
but
And that spells disaster for all the other promos.
Yes. But it's a genetic freak, so all these other promos only got a 25%. Okay, anyway.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Throw it up there with I just kicked Stan. All right. BOW Shenanigans. Tommy, we kind of need you
I
for
mean,
this
yeah,
one 'cause we did get
Yeah,
together.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna quickly go through the card here, unless you want to talk through it, but go for
No,
it.
you can go for it. Yeah,
Okay.
because I was
Clinically Hit versus Culture Shock. James Clacton versus Stonewall Remsen. Anarchid Ash and Hilda versus Angel Blue and SOS. Boss Veins versus Alexander Crowley.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Steve Michaels versus Damage. Victoria Mosh versus Jael. Lawrence Poteo and T.Y. Shane versus DG Taylor and DeMarcus Rashad versus Jesse James and Smoke. That's whew.
yeah,
And then
Wait.
finally the Cruiserweight Championship Endurance versus a mystery opponent.
yeah. Big endurance, yeah.
That's not hybrid Jesse James, right?
No, different Jesse James.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute.
And also one of the matches did change. I don't
Okay.
know if James Claxton will be able to make it because Omni King Omega will be facing Stonewall Remsen now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that just changed.
So, Tommy, NR Kid Ash and Hilda versus Angel Blue and SOS. You may have to ring announce that. You're going to be able to.
How much are you
professionally-
expecting Angel Blue to mess with you if that is what's going on?
You know
First
it's
of
going to happen.
all,
Yeah.
It's gonna happen because I got to get there early. If I could sneak in, do that, she wouldn't see me. But
Tommy's going to ring announce from like the blue seats on the other side of the Woodlawn gym. You're like, okay, I'm safe over here. No, you're not, Tommy. And here she comes.
I announce her. I don't see her because of the curtain. Where is she's behind me, isn't she?
By the way, I love Legacy throwing some great old promos.
Yeah, those are some solid ones. I did this
Legacy's throwing promos. I'm sorry.
Look at John Chan.
Look at John Chan.
Okay,
big mouth
I don't know if it's a
Chan.
promo per se, but pretty much anytime he named people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Brian, if you
right.
don't believe us, go to BOW this weekend.
Yeah,
Just don't
right.
forget.
I do sometimes.
Yeah. Aside from that, Tommy, aside from you getting to share the ring with Angel Blue in a minor capacity,
That's
what else are you looking forward to on this event?
Victoria Marsh and Jael should be a lot of fun. Steve Michaels, who's from Chicago, very big dude, very, very impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing him back in BOW. He's always fun. Stoll Remsen is a name I've heard. I've heard and seen some of his shows before, so I'm looking forward to that. Clinically Hit, they're the gentleman out of like I said, BOW just confirmed it. Claxton out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a family thing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hope everything's okay.
Okay. Hope everything's okay.
Yeah, Clinically Hit. They're the students of RWA up in Austin, so they've been doing very well. Even they're so good. That's why we have 6-man tag belts now. So, it's just gonna be a solid show. 8 matches. It's like BOW. We've just been having a good time lately. So I think it's just gonna be a fun show.
And Brian, I missed this joke by a few minutes, but your ring announcers are better looking, so that's you got that.
That's true.
I'm not gonna disagree with that.
Right? You're not going to.
I'm not gonna disagree with that.
Is there any?
And Terry, if you're still in there, I love you, but you also know it's true. So
Yeah.
Is there any insight of whoever's running the BOW account there or Tommy who the mystery opponent could be for?
I have not been told.
Because you'll spoil it, so I'm sure. So, but
Oh wow!
come on.
You asked the question, JC, and then you were like, "Yeah, you spoiled it."
I know I'm figuring it, but I'm trying to see can they give us a hint here? Have they kind of teased it a bit?
It is someone who is a wrestler.
Wrestles. Yes, very good.
Oh, thank God. That means I'm out. Okay, cool. I thought
Yeah,
he was going to make me do it at the last minute. So,
yeah, I'm curious to see what that is when you have mystery opponents or open challenges. So wow.
Oh, all right. Now I just need Tommy in the dress between Eliana and Carolina.
no, you don't need that. You don't need that
I know
at all.
Carolina's now like the GM over there, but she did.
You don't need that at all. No, you don't.
I mean,
No.
Tommy,
No.
okay.
No. No.
You could go with the tux like our buddy Logan.
Can we talk about something else now? Like literally anything else?
Hey, he was
Mike,
excited to see you, man. He was like sending out messages and stuff. Jason.
Mike, what are you looking forward to on this BOW show?
Again, just because I've seen a lot more of them recently. Boss Baines and Alexander Crowley.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun too.
It's going to be fun to see Boss Baines get kicked from all kinds of different angles. In all seriousness, the tag team match.
Hold on, I think Tommy's about to cut a promo here.
Legacy.
Wow.
You got one more good time. Tommy, about the family. That's it. Sorry, Mike, you were saying.
No, it's
Man.
Legacy. And just so we're clear, I love you, man. But obviously, I've got Tommy's back if anything goes down. So, just saying. You know.
He's having too much fun with this.
Yeah, he really is. I know. The
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that'd be cool. The women's tag team match. I've seen Anarcade Ash a few times recently. Been really impressive. I'll even forgive her for teaming with Kylie. We all make mistakes when we're young. You know what happens.
Mhm.
And of course, you know, she's going against, again, this is so weird to say, a veteran and Angel Blue on the other side.
It's crazy. I'm
You
starting
know,
to
so
feel
that should
really
be
old now.
fun.
Here's your hints of Cruiserweight. Gee, thanks a lot.
I mean, you asked for some insight.
I know I was fishing. So, you know. Not a good fish.
But yeah, like all of these matches, like you know, I've been to a few of the last BOW shows. You know, they got like Culture Shock, really good at making you not like them, but they're really good in the ring.
They really are.
So yeah, and then I mean, it's BOW, so we know whoever the mystery opponent is, it's going to be good. So Vic Endurance, it's going to be fun there at the main event.
For sure.
Yeah. Either way, he's gonna have to work it out for him.
And DeMarcus Rashad, probably going to mess with people around ringside at some point or another. He tends to do that pretty well.
It's what he
Jason
does.
and B Ninja sometimes are. He either talks with them or he messes with them, so it can go either way.
Yeah, it really can.
All right. Well, BOW Shenanigans is Saturday, March 9th, 7 p.m. Central Time. Doors opening at 6.
Yep.
Yes. At the Woodlawn Gym, 1103 Cincinnati Avenue. Ringside tickets are $25 and GA is $20.
Oh, one more thing that I forgot that was announced. Bobby Fish is in town that day doing a seminar, and he will be at BOW for autographs.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Yeah,
cool. And
that kind of ties into the Kyle O'Reilly thing here. I'm wondering if he's on his way over there as well.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Because deep down, I really don't want to see Kyle O'Reilly in Undisputed Kingdom. I want to see him and Bobby Fish running it as Red Dragon. Just on
I mean,
I really would.
Yes.
So
I love to see him get an actual singles title run at this point. He almost had one with the ROH World title, except the whole contract dispute thing. But so
yeah, for sure.
Also, want to say, since Tommy's ring announcing on Saturday, I bought a fancy ringside seat.
Nice.
Just to get up closer, and I won't harass you, Tommy. Angel Blue's going to do enough of that. You don't need.
Yeah, I was going to say, please give me a break. I'm already going to have a long enough day.
Oh, well. I just Clint, whoever's, if you're on the account, if you could just make sure it's a sturdy metal chair. You know, I don't want to have to pay Woodlawn Gym or anything for broken stuff. So.
That's a good segue into our 1 minute warning. I feel like
wow.
Mike, do you have something this week besides what you just said?
Yeah, I do.
All right, whenever you're ready, sir, go for it.
It's been a while, but once again, these 1 minute warnings are coming back to Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, with the storylines that are going on in WWE, the big stuff going on is, you know, obviously we got Cody and Roman night 2, and now apparently they're setting up that tag team for Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth for night 1. And so you kind of assume something like that's going to be the main event. But, you know, I'm pretty sure at Royal Rumble, it said win the main event and go on to main event at WrestleMania. And so I'm just saying, if there's anyone, and I've said this fairly often, but who has done nothing but work hard for your women's division, putting every other woman over and helping them elevate, keeping Bianca hot while she was there, bringing back Dakota Kai and Io Sky and helping to elevate them into a damage control that she's not even a part of anymore. And if there's anyone from that 4 horsewomen group, the only one who is not now main evented a WrestleMania, I really think, and I know it's never going to happen because it's not The Rock, but I really think she deserves the night 1 main event, and all that comes with it. And I know The Rock is a big draw. I know a lot of people love him. Again, I've made my thoughts kind of clear. I'm okay if it doesn't happen. It's the same thing he's been doing for 20 years now. His coming back to WWE career has been longer than his original WWE run. So it really has.
That's actually really true.
Yeah. So
Look, Legacy, we're big Mexicans. We know what that's about, buddy. All right, just because it hasn't happened. I mean, I'm bigger than you. I'm not gonna but we're big Mexicans. We got to be careful.
yeah, when that whole tag team thing was announced, I was like, please just let it go first on night one and let Bailey.
That-
That
that's
might
what I
be
was
the
thinking.
that might be
Yeah.
the better thing. Like kick it
Yeah.
off right off the bat with The Rock, and because
No, it won't be the first time that Roman Reigns has gone first. He's done it before, so it makes sense. Yeah.
Legacy.
Tommy, you got something this week?
Yeah, I got something real quick.
All right, maybe ready, set, and go.
I'm actually have to say and also save this for my own channel to talk more in depth about it. But about Sting's ending, honestly, I feel like it couldn't have gone better. And I feel like the fans really should appreciate that. I get it. I know what I'm saying, dealing with fans, blah, 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 this, such. But I'm seriously saying they should give props to, like, we give WWE their props when they think that they should get them. We really do. So I think AEW should get that same fair shake. This way they handled Sting's retirement, more or less gave him what he wanted. Of course he wanted to go out on his sword because, he's an old school guy like that. But this was the right call. The Bucks and Tony Khan and Darby and everyone made the right call. Sting should have won that match. Sting deserved to win that match, and he should have gone out with the tag belts because they were one of the best tag teams in AEW, one of the best acts in AEW. Not only that, the match, but like leading up to it, this was Sting's call. He wanted to face the Young Bucks. He wanted to face them because he believes in who they are, what they do. He gave them the rub, and also Brian said it as well. That Greensboro crowd was amazing, and I'll give a shout out to them. They fucking brought it. I'm proud of them for that. But also, it's like what Sting said about the Bucks. Someone said it online. That's better than any title. Sting said how good they are, how much he wanted them because he respects them so much. That's better than any title. They got the rub from Sting, and damn whoever doesn't like them. That's your problem now because they got the rub from Sting. So,
Still okay if you don't like them. I mean,
no. Not liking them is one thing, but like I'm talking about the people who say like they are terrible all around. If you don't like their style, that's fine. I'm just saying like for someone like Sting to say these guys are okay with me is what I mean by that.
The Bucks have come a long way from their like super kick every 5 moves thing. And that
look.
Yeah,
you're right. They've moved beyond who's our friend this week.
Mhm.
Like that's storytelling. That's growth.
Yeah.
And that's why Darby Allin said that thing he did about Brandon Cutler.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
That was pretty funny.
So who was on the first episode of that? Brandon Cutler. What the?
Poor guys in the back, like, hey.
No, Brandon's probably like, that's true. That's fair.
I know Tommy talked a bit about Sting and his ending there, but I'm going to go on to something that I think is a little more underappreciated about him that people don't really seem to conceive is that wrestling has changed a lot in the last 5 decades. Can you believe it? Sting's been wrestling for at least part of 5 decades now, right?
Yep.
80s, 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's one of those wrestlers that moved with the times, adjusted his character as it needed. How many times have we said, "Oh, we couldn't do that anymore. It's a different era," or people that are just reluctant to change as wrestling changes. It's come a long way from what you saw on TV was everything. Now you got a lot of people have their hands in news. You get backstage reports. You got social media. Wrestling has changed a lot over the years, and Sting was one of those people that embraced it. New types of gimmicks, new types of characters, and nothing epitomized it more than his interaction with Orange Cassidy at ringside.
Man, bruh.
And quite frankly, that will always be one of my more favorite memories of Sting.
Yes.
Because think about it. You just had this character all nonchalant. People on the internet would just talk crap about him. But it was so over to the fact where they're sitting there kicking each other, and the crowd is responding to them, and they're outside the ring. Yes,
Yeah.
and the half-hearted chest.
And the look on his face when he does
Yes,
it, too. Just like matching the non carrying Shalant's look of it. But it just made
But-
me think of something. Oh, sorry. If you're not done, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say I was happily reminded of that because when they did a little video on social media asking different AEW wrestlers their favorite Sting moments, Orange Cassidy is half-hearted. I guess I gotta go when him and I did that thing on Sting's side.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's how his thing was. So, congrats to Sting, and thank you on an amazing, amazing career.
I gotta watch that now.
The only and obviously this isn't anything that's your fault, but the only missed opportunity, we never got Sting versus Undertaker, cinematic
yeah.
or otherwise.
Yeah.
That is something that we will have to catch in our dreams, I guess, or on a video.
But also,
game.
we can
So,
blame he who must not be named. That's what I do.
yeah.
Him too.
And that being said, the best thing WWE ever did with Sting was the promo announcing he was going to be in the video game that year.
Yeah.
Still amazing.
Yeah,
So,
sadly, yeah. That was
Yeah. So, anyway, Mike, go ahead. You were gonna say something?
Yeah. So, you know how in his AEW career, his thing basically became like jumping off of big things?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering now, like, do you think he asked his sons one time, what does yeet mean? And then he was like, oh, all right, I guess I got to do that now. That's just his.
He's been good about keeping his ear low to the ground and knowing what people are talking about and what's popular. So yeah.
And I think one of the things about him that probably drives some of the old school guys crazy is that he acknowledges these young guys and says Orange Cassidy, he has this laid back gimmick that everyone's like, oh, that's stupid. Things like that looks fun. We're doing this guy's doing and now every old school guy's like, well, it's cool when Sting does it. It seems like, why? He does it better than me. I'm just mimicking what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, or in the same token, Darby Allin. All he does is dive off stuff. It Sting's like, yeah, he does. It's awesome. Watch this.
Yeah, to keep up with his tag team partner, right? So
Yeah.
thank you everybody for joining us. Special thanks again to the Dreamcatcher Denisse Dae for being a part of the WrestleCast, coming on live with us and talking about NPW Mania. Once again, TNA Sacrifice is this Friday night on TNA Plus. BOW Shenanigans is Saturday night at the Woodlawn Gym in San Antonio. Tickets ringside is $25, general admission is $20. And next week we'll talk about those two events and also preview United 2-0's event, the first one of the year. They put their full schedule out, and we'll kind of discuss all that. So, and yeah, put in spring break week. Good timing for sure. So,
also speaking of that, because that is Stud Stash's promotion.
yes,
go check out our friends Talk and Listening on their channel. They recently had Stash and King Rob Love on there. And on their podcast, they sit around and drink and just talk and shoot the shit. And yeah, it is fun. Definitely want to go check that out with those two guys because
don't forget. Yes, Brian says don't forget your weapons. I'm working on that. See what I can get.
Yeah,
yeah.
There you go, fans. Bring approved weapons. Obviously, you know what not to bring.
Hey, can I ask this question? We're coming from a softball tournament that day. I'm just saying, if my daughter needed to bring a bat, as long as we can get it back, would that be okay? I'm just throwing it out there right now. So that shit's expensive. Anyway. Yeah, next week we'll talk about United 2-0. We'll look at what their schedule is for the month, and we're kind of getting into coming up on WrestleMania, guys. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of sneaking up on us as well. So,
yeah.
Barbed wire bet. I don't know. What?
A bat wrapped with the beads of friendship bracelets.
Ooh, there we go.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That's
Well, kids are on spring break next week. I think I have a project for them to do while they're sitting at home. Thank you guys, everybody, for being part of it. And yes, we should be back on Thursdays next week. Gonna adjust here and there. I'll go over the schedule with everybody. Now that I have the kids schedule. BFF bat. Nice. I like how you did that. So
sweet. I love it.
Over here we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby facers, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake. Callie doesn't love you.
Later.
Boom. Adios, filter.